Well, hello, and welcome back to my two-parter on First Impressions. If you're just joining us now and haven't watched the first video, I recommend you do that first. Here's a link to the video. Don't worry, I'll wait. Time's up. Sonic the Hedgehog. This franchise is one of my favorites. Sure, he's had his ups and his downs, but I still love Sonic, and it's possibly one of the most nostalgic things for me. My first Sonic game was Sonic Advance on the Game Boy Advance. I remember I ripped off the sticker and it was just a blank cartridge, and my sister put some tape on it and wrote Sonic on it. And that's how I learned how to spell Sonic. Whoops. Sorry, got off track. Anyway, this is Sonic the Hedgehog. It was released on June 23rd, 1991 in North America and Europe, and July 26th in Japan. It was released on the Sega Mega Drive, or the Genesis if you live in America. An 8-bit version was released on the Sega Master System in October, and one on the Sega Game Gear in December of the same year. This game was made solely to compete with Nintendo and create an awesome mascot for Sega. Sonic's blue fur was taken from Sega's logo. Sonic's shoes were inspired by Michael Jackson's boots with the color scheme of Santa Claus, and his personality was inspired by Bill Clinton. Yeah, sounds dumb, but it's true. Now, obviously, this game was a huge success, selling 15 million worldwide. Not nearly as much as the first Mario game, but still a massive success and brought Sega to the top. At the time, Sonic was more well-known than Mario. That's insane. Alright, enough history. Let's get on with the review and see why this game is so great. The story. South Island is a peaceful place, full of animals and wildlife. Sonic is not native to the island, but often visits, as he is friends with a lot of the animals. This island is also home to the mystical Chaos Emeralds. It's said that if one was to collect all 7 in the later games, that they would be granted unlimited power. Dr. Ivo Robotnik, Eggman, heard about this and traveled to South Island to look for them. When Sonic returned to visit his friends, he was shocked. All of his friends were gone. All that was there were these weird robots. One started to attack him, so he destroyed it. He quickly found out that all of his animal friends were kidnapped by the evil Dr. Robotnik and imprisoned inside all of his badniks. Obviously, Sonic did not like that one bit, so he decided to go on a quest to save his friends and kick some Robotnik butt. Alright, that's the story in my own words. In my opinion, it's a pretty good story. It's pretty simple so anyone can understand it, but it's pretty deep compared to the other games of the time. Not many games got that deep into the story. The gameplay. With Sonic the Hedgehog, you don't need to hold the run button to run. Sonic gradually gains speed as he runs, eventually reaching top speed if nothing obstructs his path. Sonic the Hedgehog is a high-speed 2D platformer, but you can control your speed. Feel like a badass? Think you can speed through the levels without stopping? Go ahead. Want to be careful and go slowly to make sure you don't lose your footing? You can do that too. Sonic has 2 abilities, spin jump and rolling. That's it? Yes, it's all Sonic can do. No spin dash, no homing attack, no boost, none of that. Well, that sounds kinda lame. Oh? Let's see how lame you think it is once you roll down a hill, gaining so much speed and momentum, you'll feel unstoppable. It's so much fun doing that, you'll forget about all of the homing attacks, boosts, and all that stuff. Anyway, the enemies are called badniks. They're all unique and have different names, some including Motobug, Caterkiller, Crabmeat, and more. All of the enemies can be killed by jumping into them or rolling into them. Some enemies, however, have unique attacks and defenses, so it's not always as easy as it sounds to kill them all. The goal of this game is to get through each level and get to the goal flag at the end and spin it. There are 6 zones with 3 levels or acts in each, then one finale stage at the end of the game. The first 2 acts are just normal, but the 3rd act is a boss stage. You have to get to the end of the level, but instead of a goal flag at the end, there's a boss you have to defeat. The bosses are all pretty easy, so I'm not going to go into detail about them at all. Anyway, the 6 zones are Green Hill, Marble Zone, Spring Yard, Labyrinth Zone, Starlight, and Scrap Brain. Green Hill Zone is a bright and colorful grassy area. It's very easy, the levels have no bottoms, pits, and few hazards, to make sure you learn the mechanics of the game quite easily. Even when this level does throw some hazards, such as spikes or badniks, they are easy to dodge or defeat. Marble Zone slows things down with slow-moving platforms, lava, crushers, and more. In my opinion, it's one of the most boring levels. It requires a lot of patience, which I do not have. Spring Yard Zone is a fun Casino City themed level, full of springs, bumpers, slopes, ramps, and flashing lights. It's a really fun stage to play because it's the first time the game really teaches you the rolling with momentum mechanic. You knew about it before, but in this level, it's one of the things you'll be doing most of the time. Labyrinth Zone is an underwater level. In Super Mario Bros., Mario could breathe underwater forever, but in Sonic the Hedgehog, that's not the case. You have a limited amount of breath. If you run out of breath, you die. To get more air, you have to find bubbles where Sonic breathes in. Sonic also cannot swim. Sonic sinks to the bottom of the water like a rock. The gameplay is relatively the same as the other levels, but here, you can't run fast, rolling will get you nowhere, you fall slower, and you'll jump a little higher. This level is very boring in my opinion, and the difficulty is really high compared to the other zones. Starlight Zone. My absolute favorite zone in the entire game. It's basically a highway above a city. Remember when I said that in Spring Yard Zone you mostly be rolling? Yeah, this level took that and multiplied it by 50. It has high speed sections and then some slow platforming sections, but it transitions between the two quite nicely. This is, however, where the game starts to get pretty difficult. Newcomers will find it hard to get past, but if you are skilled enough you can get past all the badniks and other hazards and keep the flow going until the level ends. Scrap Brain Zone. Oh god, this level, it's a pain in the ass. This level is basically a factory zone on crack, filled with disappearing platforms, saw blades, fire, light bulbs that shoot electricity, trapdoors, and bottomless pits galore. This level is so hard, it seriously reminds me of Super Meat Boy. It's horrible. The level design is very cheap in some places, and I got 4 game overs before beating the first 2 acts. The third act of this zone is... oh no, not Labyrinth Zone! Yeah, you heard me right, this is another Labyrinth level, but with the difficulty multiplied several times over. I don't like this level. Enough said. Now, the final zone is just what the name suggests. The final zone. And unlike Scrap Brain, it's so easy. It's not even a full zone. Hell, not even a full act. Walk a few steps to the right and there you are, already at the boss. If you ask me, it's one of the easiest bosses in the game. The only downside is that you have no ring, so screw up once and you're dead. The music. This game is one of the best soundtracks in gaming in my opinion. Each zone has its own unique song that captures the mood and atmosphere quite well. There's not a single song in this game I don't like. However, Starlight Zone is the best song in the game, hands down. A lot of people complain about the 16-bit instruments that are on the Sega Genesis, but I love them. They're probably my favorite part about the whole soundtrack. The graphics and the presentation. This game pushes the Sega Genesis to its limit. It's gorgeous. I don't have much to say in this category because I already went through all the zones and what they look like in the gameplay category. So, yeah, let's move on. Sonic himself looks awesome. He's probably the thing that stands out the most in the entire game. You can tell right when you start up the game that Sonic isn't messing around. He's got an attitude. If you leave him waiting for more than a couple of seconds, he'll cross his arms and tap his foot impatiently. You know right away that Sonic is... way past cool! The verdict. This game is great. It's not without its flaws, but it's still one of the best in the 16-bit era. This review might have been a bit biased for me. I have been a Sonic fan my entire life, whereas Mario I stopped liking a while back. But who cares, it's my review, I can do what I want! Anyway, this game might not have left as big of an impact as Super Mario Bros. Did, but it got damn close. To be honest, I feel there's no reason to really come back to this game, since Sonic 2 and 3 are way better. But meh, anyone who's interested on how Sonic came to be, play this game. It is by no means a bad game, just a little bit dated. And thus concludes my 2-parter on first impressions. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment telling me what you thought. And if you think I could have done something better, let me know. I'm always up for constructive criticism. Thank you for watching. I hope you had as much fun watching this video as I did making it. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys later with my next review.